For this problem, we're given a string, and we're asked to recursively remove adjacent duplicate characters so that the output string contains no duplicates. An example of this would be the input string of A, Z, X, X, Z, Y. The output would be string of A, Y. In the case of C, A, B, B, C, the output string would not contain any characters. So how I'm thinking about solving this is to have a pointer that points to the current character, a pointer that points to the next character, and then because we're calling it recursively, we're going to need a stop. So the stop will be when the next pointer is at the end and the current pointer is not equal to the next. So let's draw that. So let's say this is the current, this is the next. So we're going to see, since the next is not at the end, we're not going to stop. Now, if the current is equal to the next, which it's not, so let's skip that for now. Since it's not, we're going to move the pointer. So we'll move. This will now be our current. This will be our next. These next is not at the end, and current is not equal to next. So we'll move these again. So we'll have current here, next here. So now we've hit the if current is equal to next, because X is the same as X, then we're going to find all that are the same. So like in the case of C, A, we want to be able to find all three, not just the first A and A. So we'll have C, and then we would move next until we get to the end of where they stop duplicating. So we find for this one there's just two. So we're going to then have a temporary string so that we can store our new string, and then we will delete this and call our method on our new string. So now our current would be here and our next would be here, and we just keep going. So we'd find that those aren't the same. Current, next, these are the same, so we'd end with AY, and then AY, we'd call our method on this. We'd see that our next is at the end, and our current is not equal to our next. So we would return the string. So far I've created the method. We're going to be returning a string, and we get an input of a string str. I've set up the current pointer, which will be pointing to the 0th character. The next will be pointing at the first character, and then a temporary string. Next, I've created the stop. So if we're given a string and the length is either there are no characters or there's one character, then we know that there aren't any duplicates, so we can just return that string. Else, I'm checking if the next is at the end, so if it's equal to the string length, and then you can see I've added a little -1. And so if we're at the end and the string at the current character is not equal to the string at the next character, then we will return the string. Now I have added the check if the string at the current character is equal to the string at the next character. If it is, then we're going to find all of the duplicates that are in a row by saying while the string at the current character is equal to the string at the next character, and the next is less than this string, than the length of the string, then we're going to increase next. And this is just so that if it's a x x x x, we don't want to then, and then that's the end of the string, we don't want to run out. And then because it's going to keep going until it's no longer true, then our next will end up being one higher than we want it to be, so we're just going to subtract one from next after we're completed with the loop. And now now we have our range from current to next is our duplicates. We're going to say, now we want to delete that section, so I'm going to say if current is not equal to 0, so in the case of AZXXZY, when our current is 2 and our next is 3, current is not equal to 0, so we're going to create an add integer here and add A and Z to our temporary string, and then we're going to check if next is not equal to the length of the string, which it isn't because it's 3 and the length of the string minus 1 is 5. We're going to add the Z and Y to our temporary string. Then we will set our string equal to our temporary string and call our method on our new string. So we're saying if the current is not equal to 0, we're going to create this integer equal to 0. While add is less than current, the temp is equal to temp plus string at add, and then just increase add. And then if next is not equal to the string length minus 1, the integer add is equal to next plus 1, then we're going to say while add is less than the string length, less than or equal to the string length minus 1, we're going to add that to our temporary string and then increase our add integer. If the string at current, so in the case of A being the current and Z being the next, string at current is not equal to the string of next, we're just going to increase our current and next. And that is it.